What's up? Happy Aloha Friday. Let's go. Fast guy, we can talk story about Dr. Austin Quon. He is actually with Common Kings right now. Hey, what's up? But yeah, he's gonna jump on with Dr. Quon talking about he's gonna real fast, 15, 20-minute talk story, maybe longer. But real quick, fast kind. Always gotta shout out the kava, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm doing all the promo stuff in the beginning. I usually do it at the end, so I'm gonna bang it out right now. If you need kava, go to the website. Use Stay Rooted for 15% off, or all of my links in the bio. All orders 15% off. Yeah, also launched and starting to promote the private and corporate holiday parties, dude. So if you guys need kava for your parties and do large orders, or I can come over there and make kava for you guys and have a whole experience. But yeah, oh, there he is. All right, we're gonna jump on. We're just gonna vibe for about 15, 20 minutes maybe, fast kind, Aloha Friday style. But yeah, let's get Dr. I think April, May. But yeah, I was doing some stuff with kava, and he was there with his table, his chair, all the good stuff. But yeah, he's gonna be joining. Oh, hey, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, brother? I'm just literally walking out of sound check right now.
Hey, hell yeah,
All good
dude.
vibes, though, man. I'm gonna go outside real quick.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I was just sharing how we first met over at Long Beach at the Mai Tai Fest, dude.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
yes,
Then
yes, brother.
but yeah, but as also as you guys are jumping on, shout out where you stay, where you from, where you're tuning in from. Happy Aloha Friday. Oh, what's up, Kona?
Yes,
But
yes, dude. It's so good to see you.
yeah, hell yeah, I do. Yeah, so main reason why I love doing these Stay Rooted Talk stories is basically just connecting circles. Yeah, so I got my circle, your circle, and then we all can just
Oh,
cruise and
that's a
meet.
terrible sound.
Yep. But yeah, dude, freaking cruising, chilling. Let me know when you're all settled, then we can get started, dude.
Yeah, brother. I feel bad. There's like a beeping sound going off right now.
Oh no, mine is I can't really hear it, so. But yeah, dude.
As long as you, as long
Yeah,
as you
shout
can
out
hear
Gator.
me,
Hey.
you can hear me.
All
We're
right, here
good.
you go.
All right,
But
brother.
yeah, I guess for all my top stories, I love having my friends, my guests introduce themselves. But yeah, can I just shout out? Oh, with the King's hat, let's
Yes, sir.
go. Shout
You
out
know.
who you are, where you from, and basically how you're spreading aloha in your own way right now, bro.
Yes, sir. Well, I tell you what. My name is Dr. Austin Quon. I'm a new friend of Serge, but I'm grateful for his friendship and camaraderie. We met over at, I believe it was Mai Tai
Yep.
Festival, right? We've been at so many festivals
Yeah,
together now, dude. They're all starting to
dude.
overlap.
It's crazy.
But we kind of share a mutual interest in just this, the nature that exists out there, and that we can use healing, or excuse me, use nature for healing and use plant-based medicine for numerous different types of health conditions and things that people really struggle with here in America. Um, One of the reasons why the Common Kings bring me on tour and they bring me along is because we're able to kind of give them advice when it comes to maybe the best ways to naturally take care of themselves. And ultimately, I do the chiropractic care for the boys and a lot of the other bands. But I'm super grateful to get to chat with you today. I want to go over some stuff about
Oh,
kava because I know
yeah,
that's
dude. Oh
something
yeah,
that.
let's dive in. But yeah, like I said, it's the last time I saw you in person was a few weeks ago in San Francisco.
Mhm.
Yeah, made it back there. Then I'm just talking stories, cruising and stuff. And yeah, dude, that was actually Long Beach when I first met you guys. That was the first time I actually saw like service like that, like chiropractic service, like kind of just getting the artist like not only like ready but also like afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
yeah, especially Comic Kings, dude. They perform,
you
dude. They don't just like,
know how it
you
goes,
know what I
right?
mean?
So
So
we treat the boys like pro athletes,
yeah,
and that's kind of what we really want. I see you doing it all the time, where you're posting your exercise videos and kind of sharing what you're doing to keep yourself healthy.
yep,
I'm
yep.
not a spring chicken anymore either, so I'm constantly having to come up with inventive ways to keep myself moving and keep myself active. And it's something that we kind of have to do as a lifestyle. It's not just like pick up a pill and take this pill, or get surgery done and all of a sudden you're fixed. This is a lifestyle change that we're looking at, and especially with plant-based
Yep.
stuff. You know, sometimes we get a weird stigma or a bad rep for wanting to use the plants that just naturally exist instead of taking a bunch of pills and drugs. But uh, you know, there's a lot of good science out there. It's something that we'll get to talk about a little bit here today. There's a lot of research on not only kava but other types of plants that you can use to activate different receptors in different parts of your body's not only immune systems but its inflammatory systems. And something I definitely want to hit on today is brain health and ultimately how I'm here at the House of Blues. Obviously, we take care of the boys. One of the things we're doing is trying to prime their immune health and prime their nervous systems to be able to battle kind of the stressors of what they're about to put themselves through for the next 3 days, doing shows, kind of back to back to back.
Yeah,
So, um, and then
100%,
also,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
it's always like for my health, fitness, and wellness side of things, I call it the positive high system. So basically, for me, helping people nourish 6 elements: mindset, your knowledge and wisdom,
Yes.
nutrition, movement, restoration, and then community. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like once you nourish
Yes.
those, and I'm adding another element to it. I got to get better at this too. Is financial health. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yes.
all of this, but going into especially the brain neuroscience. I actually have this book. Oh shoot, where is it? The neurogenesis. Well, I gotta start reading this again. The neurogenesis, the
Yes.
anxiety
My
lifestyle. So yeah,
guy.
it's like just the brain itself and how powerful it is, and also like the mind as far as like the spiritual side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we can heal ourselves, you know what I'm saying, through nature, through our own body and stuff. But yeah, I guess diving in, because we kind of talked at my Fest more of like what you do at your practice and stuff. And yeah, like that's when we started like, oh shit, yeah, like I mess with this Dr.
Yes,
Quan's the
sir.
man, dude. You know what I mean? But
I
yeah, like
appreciate that, bro.
how did you get into this field as far as what you're doing right now? Was it more of a,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So I take care of a lot of different. I'm blessed. I get to take care of a lot of different people in life. But one of the band members, I take care of their families. We go to the same church. So just it was kind of natural that all of a sudden people are talking about kind of the cool things that we're doing, and that's kind of the beauty about chiropractic is it's not just about pain.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on all aspects of the human body, all aspects of human performance. If you look at like the NFL, every single NFL team has a chiropractor, maybe two chiropractors in a lot of cases. It's all about performance, and we want your body, especially when you're going to push it to its limits. Think about it like an F1 car. You want that thing to be in its perfect alignment and its tip-top shape, high functioning organs as possible, so that you can be resilient and run the race. Right?
Yep.
Some people push their bodies a little harder than others. Right? So it's important if you're going to push hard, you got to recover hard. So there's a lot of things that we do very intentionally with the Comic Kings, but also with a lot of the other bands to make sure that they're getting the most optimal recovery, and then ultimately to get the best kind of dysfunction in general. They're doing a lot of stuff on tour. They're maybe sleeping on a bus,
Yeah.
not getting a whole lot of exercise, maybe eating food late at night that's like provided just whenever they can
Yep.
get it.
Yep.
So it's hard to be nutritious sometimes, and it's hard to do
Mhm.
these little things that a lot of people you got to be doing regularly in order to see good benefits from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of want to get into today to like how kava and some of the other
Yep.
specifically they're called cannabinoid system activators, but it's
Yep.
basically using an innate part of your body's physiology to activate different receptors, and ultimately you're getting good benefits in neurological health. Kava and specifically there's a receptor called the cannabinoid 1 receptor, the CB1. um, there's a molecule called, I believe it's yanganin or
Mm.
yanganin. I don't know
Yeah.
how to
Yeah. Yeah.
pronounce that properly, but you know what I'm
Yep.
talking about, right? And kava lactams have been used for centuries in Polynesian cultures. But one of the things we're finding in neuroscience is that these these molecules that activate the CB1 receptor in the brain are able to have really good efficacy in treating things like seizure disorders, anxiety, anything where basically the brain is firing too much.
Hmm.
Um, Anything even from like addiction to uh, issues where again your brain's just kind of trapped in this cyclical pattern. A lot of people these days are stuck in this fight or flight physiology, so their body's just stuck in this tone all the time. And one of the things we're trying to do is get their system basically recalibrated. So
Hmm.
you've gotten my adjustments before, right?
Yep.
Part of it is we got to reset the nervous system with a good chiropractic adjustment.
Yep.
And then ultimately we pour rocket fuel into the brain, right? We need to make sure that your body's getting things like kava. We use non-psychoactive CBD and other types of molecules to make sure we're activating that system. But um, ultimately, this is a plant and it's a root, right? So
Yep.
ultimately, we can make tea. That powder that you use from koa kava is fantastic. I need to get another bag from you. I'm almost out.
I got you, dude.
Um,
I got you. I got you.
yeah,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yep.
But this is definitely something if we do more regularly, you would definitely see. more global benefits throughout your nervous system. And again, your brain controls everything, right? Your brain and your central nervous system controls everything. So if we work on your brain, you know, you probably felt it in your own body when you have anxiety or when you're feeling nervous, when you're feeling
Yep.
that stress, it overcomes you, right? Some people literally, you can stress yourself into getting sick or getting ill. Um, and a lot of it's just being stuck in that survival mode.
Yep.
So one of the things we love about kava is as you're, uh, drinking this beverage, it doesn't taste too bad,
Yep.
but it
Yep.
definitely has an acquired taste, perhaps. Uh, but it's something that definitely you could feel the effects, and you can
Hmm.
immediately feel how your nervous system's changing and moving out of this kind of stress state physiology. So it's been really unique to get to experiment with this for the last since I met you. Right, this is
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
started
Yep.
using it, um, and I've just found some really interesting benefits. I can tell you just my own story. Like I use it when we're on tour, and at the end of the night, when all the poly boys are serving the
Yep.
kava at the end of the night, like I wake up, I sleep really, really well, which a lot of the times if I drink alcohol, like maybe I don't sleep as well, or I don't feel as rested when I wake up in the morning. I slept like a baby multiple times
Yep.
now, so I know this works. Um, and transparently, nobody should indulge too much, but if you're a little hungover, it's definitely a beverage that's going to help neutralize a lot of your body's physiology. So it's going to help just kind of turn down the system if you're kind of firing too much.
Yep.
So, um,
The powerful thing you're saying is because I'm tapping back into the accountability and like I guess like mindset coaching, but most almost like 80 to 90% of the people I've spoken to, it's not only just like moving, but it's the stress and sleep.
mhm.
Like those are the two things that like people have been actually no, you know what, I'm gonna up it to like 90-95%. Like everyone always talks about those two things, besides movement and nutrition. Like
Yes,
that's all basic stuff that you see, but like over and over they always come back to, I need to get my sleep down, or I'm always stressed. So then there it's like, yeah, like kava attaches the nervous system. It does that, goes into that rest and digest, right?
yes, sir.
So it's
Yes, sir. Exactly.
yeah, it's super powerful. I think once people start to like tap into like realizing your nervous system like really governs everything, you know what I'm saying, your brain and your
Mhm.
nervous system. Like, okay, like if you're like basically like you said, if you're a car that's always revving, the engine's eventually gonna blow, right?
Right.
But so you got to kind of get your foot off that pedal real
Yes, sir.
quick and kind of like coast it for a little bit so you can
Exactly.
recover and just be well, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And you and I might have some uncles and aunties that drive with both feet on both pedals, right?
Yep,
So
yep,
you can't drive like that,
yep,
right?
yep,
It's
yep,
hard.
yep.
It's hard for your body to be trying to redline it all the time. For you to always try to be foot on the brakes, right? But
Hmm.
that really is a good analogy where we're trying to use this balance of you need to be able to go, 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 and then you got to be able to put the brakes on and slow the system down and come to a place of peace is something that we talk about a lot in chiropractic is just finding this place where I know it kind of sounds a little quirky maybe, but just being able to find a place of peace within yourself where some people call it like a meditative state or like a state of prayer or
Yep,
whatever it may be, but just be able to calm your mind and enter a safe
yep,
zone is a really big thing too. There's a nerve called your vagus nerve that is densely innervated with these CB1 receptors.
mhm,
And one of the main functions of that nerve is to regulate inflammation and regulate how your body's kind of gathering information about your internal and external environment. So what ends up happening is if you activate those good receptors with kava, chiropractic care, with other types of state shifts,
mhm,
if you want to call it like that, meditation, prayer, whatever it may be, breathing exercises, regular exercises. Your nervous system is going to constantly be in this state of dynamic change, and you stimulate this nerve properly. You'll get those cannabinoid system receptors activated properly. They're going to feel a lot better. Patients are going to get a lot better, a lot faster, just initially, just because their nervous system isn't stuck in the state of stress.
mhm.
Um, the CB1 receptor is also intimately involved, like I said, in the nerve physiology, but it's in your liver cells, it's in your kidney cells,
Yeah,
pancreas cells. So if you look at clinical benefits, um, in chiropractic and natural health, sometimes we get a bad rep for trying to heal everything,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of designed that way, right?
Yep.
Where you eat certain plants and they activate all the cells and they activate all the receptors that you need. So um,
Yeah, no,
it's
that's super powerful. That because then I geek out like, yeah, when I was deep into my health, fitness, and wellness career. You know what I'm saying? Like fully full time, I got into all this like neuroscience, all this like cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Mhm.
at first I got in trying to get buff. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me just bodybuild and stuff. But eventually I was like, I discovered like natural movement, all this other stuff,
Mhm.
like freaking like brain-based training and stuff. I'm all like, oh shoot. So I started to dive in. So like all this stuff that you're saying is like
Yes.
it's real. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not like real foo-foo stuff and like there's real
Yeah.
science behind everything, right?
It's been
So
fun. Yeah, I got into rock climbing this
nice.
year, and getting into something that's very primal.
Yep.
Literally having to climb or scale something, or climb a wall or climb a hill is pretty intense sometimes.
Yep.
And you don't really even think about what muscles you're using. And same kind of goes for if you get into the pool and start
Yep.
swimming, or if you go for a run for the first time, you're gonna start using parts of your body and parts of your system that are, I think you're intelligently designed to
Yeah, yeah,
use.
yeah.
Uh, so if you're designed for it, we got to make sure that we're fueling that system and driving the car the way it's supposed to be driven.
No, yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, and then kind of going back to the whole with kava and like cannabinoid system and stuff, because when people hear cannabinoid, they think cannabis, right? So it's like uh there's multiple ways to I guess activate that system and everything. But yeah,
Mhm.
can you kind of explain like the cannabinoid system real quick, and then
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So your body is designed intelligently with these cannabinoid receptors. So the same way you have receptors in your body for serotonin and dopamine and all these other neurotransmitters. Your body has cannabinoid receptors, and these receptors are virtually on every single part of your body. Every cell, every organ, every tissue, every within the cell. It's on every nucleus, mitochondrion, ribosome, like literally everything. The only place where they're not super dense is in the brainstem of your vestibular center, where you're breathing all the time, or your respiratory system centers, etc.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're designed to not overdose on this plant. But I'll
Yeah.
digress on that. The
Yeah.
But that said, right, your cannabinoid system is intelligently designed in you, and there's these plants, and it's not just cannabis, to your point. But if you activate your system a proper way, you have all these molecules. One of them is called anandamide, another one's called 2-arachidonoglycerol. But these cannabinoid molecules are produced every second of every day within virtually all of your cells. So when these molecules are proper and they're in the proper density or proper concentration around your body, you function pretty well. These cells are, in short, designed to cause harmony within your system. So certain systems are able to talk to other systems, and then even within the system, there's a lot of what we'll call autocrine responses, where glands talk to each other,
Mhm.
and it's almost like this self-healing, self-regulating mechanism, right? In the nerves, there's what's called retrograde neurotransmission, where, you know, the the cannabinoid receptor is actually on the first portion of the nerve, and it's almost like this backtracking signal to self-regulate itself to make sure that not too much neurotransmitters going in there and that you're feeling the right feelings,
Yeah.
right? Kind of
Yeah.
like we talked about in a situation of somebody with anxiety or somebody with like addiction that has that cyclical loop,
Hmm.
right? They're going to be stuck in this physiology all the time. We got to make sure that their cannabinoid system's overridden to get that fixed. And again, it's working on everything. Those cannabinoid receptors are everything in your
Yeah.
body, uh, and again, your body's producing these natural molecules all the time. So if you're just eating a pretty balanced diet, you're probably getting a decent concentration of them.
Hmm.
But because we've deforested hemp and we've deforested a lot of these proper, you know, uh, we'll call them hemp-rich and cannabinoid-rich nutrients out of our soil and out of the plants and out of the feed that we feed our cows and chickens and animals, uh, we're just not getting the density of cannabinoids. So what a lot of people get nowadays is this thing called endocannabinoid deficiency syndrome. So you're actually deficient in your cannabinoid system the way that like somebody that has scurvy is deficient in vitamin C, or
Yeah.
somebody that has like osteoporosis is deficient in vitamin D and calcium and stuff like that. So ultimately, you know the solution in that type of deficiency is to supplement something proper, right? You gotta eat the right molecules to supplement that. And there isn't a pill you're going to be able to take, or there isn't like surgery you're going to be able to do to supplement that. You got to eat the right molecules. So at some
Mm.
point, you got to put the right fuel in, and that's really how we treat it when it comes to the cannabinoid system. Is you got to give it natural molecules. So ideally, with kava, it's a perfect one because it's perfectly legal. There's no necessarily psychoactivity that is FDA regulated or that's called a drug professionally. So we can use it as a supplement
Hmm.
and in
Yep.
very very important cases and all types of different. Just from like the average person that wants to try it like in a tea to somebody that maybe potentially has cancer or somebody that has like other types of more significant disorders, autoimmune conditions, anxiety, other things like that. Um, we were able, and again, we don't treat anything. The body heals itself 100% of the time. But if you give it these right nutrients, it's going to do what it needs to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's powerful, dude. Yeah, and then as far as connecting the cannabinoids and kava, I know you spoke about it briefly, real quick.
Mhm.
Can you kind of talk about how like kava and the
Absolutely.
cannabinoid system can kind of
So
help each other out? You know?
that molecule kava lactone, right? One of the main research molecules is called yanganin, I believe.
Yeah,
And this molecule is shown to activate and enhance the function of the CB1 receptors in the cannabinoid system. So when we talk about the potential therapeutic benefits, the studies that are out there, I think there's one in Pharmacological Research Journal in 2020 or 2012 that talks about kind of how kava lactones are used and kind of how it activates this receptor. They studied how maybe some of the other enzymes in the cannabinoid system are activated when you supplement this particular molecule. What they found is that it's really that CB1 receptor that we're targeting. Um, so in combination with maybe other things like echinacea, black pepper, things where we're targeting other parts of the cannabinoid system, CB2 receptors, kava plus something else can be a powerful, you know, therapeutic. Again, I'm trying not to name too many conditions
yeah.
specifically, but it'll help people with so many different things, regardless of what your situation is. If you just regulate your endocannabinoid system and you regulate your nervous system properly with these proper molecules, you, everything will function a lot better, and you can get benefits from all different types of health conditions.
That's
But again, that CV1 receptor is really what we're targeting with this kava molecule, and it's pretty spectacular. If you could go down a rabbit hole of research that the government has available for everybody about this CB1
yeah.
receptor, and you could basically type in CB1 receptor and whatever condition you want, and look for some research. It's pretty interesting.
Dude, yeah, like I'm like legit like super interested in like this what we're talking about, and like yeah, you fully read my mind because earlier when you were talking about everything, I was I'm gonna go on a research spree, dude. Like just hyper fixate, dude. That boom, because yeah, because for me, like when I dive in, I dive in. But yeah, that's powerful, dude. Then as far as your if someone real quick asked, what do you think about CBD gummies?
Ah, very good. So gummies are great. Um, Anytime you talk about a CBD product, and this is one of the things that Serge and I have talked about with this particular Koa Kava product that we use, is it's well sourced. I love the people that are behind the creation of it, so that always makes you feel good about using certain products. But you always want your product to be coming from a trustworthy source, ultimately because it needs to be clean. So whether it's CBD gummies, whether it's kava, whatever it may be, to activate your cannabinoid system, you just want to have some certainty that it's clean and it doesn't have maybe pesticides or herbicides and that type of stuff in it. There's some specifically with the with cannabis. Hemp is a bioaccumulator, so basically it's going to gather all the heavy metals and all the crap out of the dust or out of the dirt, and it's going to store it in the hemp stock. So you don't want to use that part of the plant to make supplements. Obviously,
Yeah,
we probably want to use that for rope or something instead. Um, but kind of keep that in mind when you're buying any supplement, but particularly for CBD gummies or kava or these types of things. It's really just about making sure you know the people that are making it and that you really care about some of the purity type of elements.
yeah, yeah. Nice. Oh, Dr. Hugh has been the best source even for the sensitive types like myself. Yeah. Shout out to Kelly. Yeah. Nice. Hell yeah. But yeah, I guess I know we tapped in with My Thai Fest, sharing kava with you and stuff. Like how's that been since, May, I think was it May or April, and then you kind of drinking kava
Yeah,
more often. Like how
it's been pretty incredible, man. I mentioned I feel like I've slept better. I feel like especially on tour and when maybe we've had a little extra to drink. It's definitely balancing to your system. So it's been helping me kind of recover at a higher level. Um, in combination with some of the other supplements that I take daily, it's certainly working to kind of harmonize everything that I'm doing. But I think the biggest thing is just the relaxation and the sleep aspect. That's been one of the coolest things for me, especially at the end of the night when you're kind of like go 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 mode, right?
yeah,
Trying to
yeah.
just kind of feel and relax a little bit. So
Yeah, it's crazy because like even I'm getting a little more I guess like insight on like what it takes to do a concert as like an artist and stuff, and like yeah, it's not just the performance, dude. It's like the travel, the freaking setup, sound check. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
Performance, and then afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's like it is go 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 go. You know what I mean? So like
yeah,
having you there with them, also like Kava and everything, is freaking a good solid combination for them, dude.
yeah. Oh
Guaranteed.
yeah, brother.
Yeah,
And
but
it's always about it's all the natural stuff, right? And that's
yeah,
been the cool things about like getting to hang out with the whole poly crowd in general. I feel like in general, Polynesian people are more inclined to use natural medicine. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's and Asian people too. Honestly, like the first thing is my mom will pull some crazy Chinese, Japanese remedy out of the cupboard,
Yeah, yeah.
for everything. But the uh, the ultimate truth is like we as a whole as a community we want to get back to using plant-based medicine as much as possible, things that you can grow in your backyard, things that you can read the label and know what it is, you know and nowadays, especially with the way that they're people are poisoning a lot of our food stores and a lot of our resources. We got to get back to just kind of growing our own food and maybe doing it old school. A lot of my friends
Yeah.
and a lot of my patients have gone. They build farms. They have livestock now. They butcher and do their own meats. It's pretty incredible what kind of how the direction that health is going these days. So we're hoping to continue to push it along, and I know we'll stay in touch and get to chat more about kava and kind of our adventures. But this has been fun,
No,
man.
thank you, dude. Yeah, and then I know you're getting ready for the show and
Yes,
everything,
sir.
but yeah, man. I guess oh yeah, I got you. So basically, what website can we order kava? Yeah, so if you go,
Yes,
I'll actually DM you or DM me, and then I'll send you my personal link for
absolutely.
discount code to Koa Kava. But before we leave, dude, I guess if you had, I'd like to ask two questions based on our conversation as far as everything.
Ask me.
Yeah, so DM me. But one is if someone's feeling super stressed, like, oh, nervous system is out of whack and everything, what's one thing that they can do real easy, real powerful, like in that moment?
Yes. Fastest thing to do to reset your nervous system is to breathe. So they call it box breathing, but basically you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for four, you breathe out for four, and then you hold it out for four, and you just do that in a box for a few rounds, and usually people get some pretty cool results of that. There's a Harvard medical study that talks about something called 4-7-8 breathing, where maybe they do you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for seven, breathe out for eight, and it kind of resets your parasympathetic nervous system. But again, it's being able to they say like Buddhist monks and those types of people, they can like be on the top of a mountaintop and meditate into this place of stillness.
Hmm.
I think that's a learned, trained ability where your body needs to like be in this place of peace and this place of stillness, and you can train that. You can make sure you're
Yeah.
breathing and shifting yourself into that state. But certainly, it's learnable. It's definitely tricky.
Nice.
Things like Wim Hof breathing and things like that
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
are
yeah.
pretty advanced.
Just
But
practice,
just
dude.
breathing in a box is pretty chill.
Yep, yep, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and then second question is if anyone wanted to, is interested in learning more about you, your services, or just in general, or even coming to see you, how can they do that?
Very good. Well, you can follow me on Instagram. That's probably the easiest thing. I'll be home from tour for a little while, but I'm always at shows. So if you're ever at a show, at a reggae show, and you see me, come say hi. I'd love to see you. But it's definitely my chiropractic clinic is in Costa Mesa, and I'd love to have you. We've got all sorts of fun stuff. Links in the I could probably send you over some information if anybody's interested. But all my link stuff's in my bio on Instagram. So definitely check that out, and uh, would love to have you at the office. Get you chiropractic care too. That's on top of some good kava.
Hell yeah, let's go, dude. But yeah, I
Yes,
love
sir,
you,
brother.
dude. Thank you so much.
Much
We're gonna
love,
see each
bro.
other again for sure one day.
Yes, so good to chat
Again.
with you, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks
hell
for
yeah,
doing
dude. But
this.
yeah, much love, guys.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have solid guests next week again. We got Andre Waller is a basketball coach here in Sacramento. We got financial advisor for parents and families, and then we got MC Leps, Lalepa. Sorry, Palepa. Lalepa is my kumu from UH. But yeah, we got plenty. Good things coming. And then yeah, so Kelly, if you want that link, DM me real quick, because all of our comments and people who jump on, I actually lose everything. But yeah, but that's for tomorrow for an event for Stay Rooted Kava. If you want Kava, use the link in my bio, or you can just use Stay Rooted for 15% off. Oh yeah, hey yeah man, let's go Kava reps, bro. Let's go. Um, what else? What else we got? What else we got? Yeah. If you want or are inclined, does Dr. Q have it? He should. I'll actually DM him too. But yeah, it's yeah, if you guys again with my mindset, and oh shoot, we're actually working on having him do hold it in his office. So well, I'm gonna hit him up after this. I know he's busy. I'm gonna shoot him a DM. But yeah, we've actually we were working on it, and then things happened. It fell off. But yes, let's get some kava in his office. But yeah, if you want it now, you can always, like I said, use the link with Call Kava. It's free shipping for US shipping, 15% off discount, and you can use that whenever. It's forever. But yeah, the mindset on accountability coaching. Oh yeah, I got you. Taking on clients. If you're a parent, doing a 6-week rooted parent movement group. Basically, I'm going to teach you guys how to use kava to nourish your health and wellness. But also, we're going to go as a group to just build healthy habits to continue to be better for yourself and your kids. But yeah, I love you guys. Tomorrow's Modesto, 12 to 6, Via Dolorosa Church. We're going to be there. I'll be serving guava, mango, calamansi, and OG traditional. And then, like I said, we got plenty guests coming on next week. And I'm actually, one last thing, I don't know if it's going to be through Patreon or something else, but since this is growing with our talk stories, I want to get better cameras and also better gear for microphones and stuff. So, and I'm in my garage, so I kind of want to get some soundproofing stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to donate, I gotta research Patreon and stuff, but you guys shoot me a Venmo, and then I'm gonna do a shout out for you guys, for everyone who donates. But yeah, I love you guys, Chihu, and yeah, as always, bruh, Chihu, love you guys, and stay rooted, bruh. Hey, love you guys. Aloha.